Welcome back, WWE Insider. Under the merciless glare of stadium lights and the roar of a million dreams, the WWE Universe has always chased immortality, but tonight, we stare into an abyss no one saw coming, a void that swallows heroes whole. Dominik Mysterio, the defiant son who clawed his way from Rey's shadow to forge his own jagged legacy, is gone forever, his life snuffed out in a screeching car crash on a fog-shrouded California highway just hours after a blistering Raw main event. At 28, the voice of rebellion, the heel who made fans hate to love him, leaves behind a family shattered, a locker room in freefall, and a world forever dimmed. This isn't a swerve in the script, it's the cruelest cut of all, death stealing a son, a husband, a warrior in his prime. The call pierces the night like a spear through silence, jolting Rey Mysterio from a fitful sleep in his San Diego home. His phone screen glows with the unknown number, and the officer's voice, steady, practiced, crumbles his universe. Mr. Mysterio, there's been an accident, your son didn't survive. Rey's legendary mask can't hide the agony, he collapses to the floor, a raw howl tearing from his throat that rattles the family photos on the walls. Angie, his wife of decades, rushes in, her hands flying to her mouth as Rey clutches his chest, gasping, "No, mijo, not my boy." The room spins in a haze of disbelief, the air thick with the scent of last night's post-show takeout, now a mocking reminder of normalcy. Please like, share, and subscribe for more WWE content. In times of unimaginable loss like this, your engagement keeps these stories alive, honoring the souls who made our passion possible. Backstage at the next SmackDown taping, the betrayal of fate hangs like smoke from a burned-out ring, choking every breath. Dominik's locker, still stocked with his signature black leather jacket and energy drinks, sits untouched, a shrine no one dares disturb. Finn Balor, his Judgment Day brother in arms, stares at it, fists balled so tight his knuckles crack, whispering, "You were supposed to have my back out there, Dom. How do I do this without you?" The faction's unbreakable code, forged in blood and betrayal scripted for the screen, now feels like a lie. Finn's eyes, red-rimmed, betray the real wound of losing a partner who was more family than facade. Grief crashes over Rey like a 619 he can't dodge, pulling him under in waves that leave him gasping on the bathroom floor, vomit mixing with tears. He'd spent the drive home from the arena lecturing Dominik over speakerphone, "Slow down, Hio, life's not a hell in a cell." But Dom, buzzing from the adrenaline high, laughed it off with that cocky drawl, "Pops, I'm untouchable." Now, Rey replays it endlessly, his frail hands trembling as he grips the steering wheel replica from Dom's first indie match, the leather worn smooth from a father's pride. Angie's pleas for him to eat fall on deaf ears. He hasn't slept, hasn't spoken beyond murmurs to the empty chair where Dom used to crash after shows. The health crisis that shadowed Dominik in his final weeks amplifies the horror, a ticking bomb no one defused. He'd been dodging MRIs for a nagging neck issue from those brutal Judgment Day brawls, popping anti-inflammatories like breath mints to keep the "dirty Dom" persona razor sharp. Insiders say he collapsed in training 2 days prior, vision blurring, but waved off the docks with a smirk, "It's just the grind, man." His wife, Marie, begged him to sit out Raw, her voice cracking in a hotel lobby argument caught on a crew phone, "You're scaring me, Dom, promise you'll take it easy." He kissed her forehead, eyes softening for a fleeting real moment, but the road called, and now it's her cradling the medical report that confirms what the crash stole, a body already cracking under the weight of glory. Scandal erupts in the wreckage like shrapnel, paparazzi drones buzzing the crash site before the yellow tapes even up, snapping Marie's tear-streaked face as she screams at them to back off. Tabloids feast on the angle with Liv Morgan, twisting their on-screen flirtation into fatal love triangle headlines, implying Dom's divided heart led him to speed. Liv, holed up in her tour bus, scrolls through the bile, fans DMing, "You killed him," her hands shaking as she hurls her phone against the wall, shattering the screen like her alibi. It was all kayfabe, she sobs to her reflection, but the betrayal stings. The business she loved now vilifies her as the villain who wrote his end. Death's shadow drapes the Mysterio home in suffocating black, the living room a mausoleum of paused memories, Dom's old high school wrestling trophies gathering dust beside Rey's Hall of Fame ring. Rey wanders in at dawn, tracing the scar on his son's childhood glove, the one from their first father-son match, whispering, "You were my redemption, mijo. Who redeems me now?" The finality hits in gut punches. Dom's voicemail, unlistened, a casual, "Love ya," Pops, from yesterday, the half-eaten protein bar on the kitchen counter, his favorite chocolate peanut swirl. Ray sinks to his knees, the patriarch reduced to a boy lost in the dark. Family breakdowns fracture like glass under a boot, Angie's quiet strength splintering into accusations hurled at Ray in the dim kitchen light. You pushed him into this. The legacy, the road, it killed him. She wails, her fists pounding his chest until she collapses against him, both sobbing in a tangle of limbs and regret. Dom's younger sister, Aaliyah, arrives with her husband, but the air crackles with unspoken blame. Who missed the signs, who didn't force the break? Meals go untouched, arguments erupt over funeral details, Samoan traditions are luchador flair, each word a fresh cut in the bonds Dom once held together with his irreverent grin. Backstage tension simmers to a boil in the gorilla position, where Judgment Day's remnants huddle like ghosts of a fallen empire. Damian Priest, the towering enforcer, slams his fist into a equipment crate, the thud echoing as he snarls at creative suits. You think we can just pivot? He was our spark. Rhea Ripley, eyes hollowed by her own buried losses, pulls Finn aside in the shadows, her voice a venomous whisper. Dom betrayed us for that live crap, but this is the universe screwing us. The locker room divides, veterans like Edge offering stoic hugs, while younger talent gawk, whispering about the Mysterio curse that's now claimed the air. Marie, Dominik's wife of 3 years, embodies the quiet storm of widowhood, her once bright wedding band twisting like a noose on her finger. She hasn't left the crash site motel, sheets tangled from nightmares where she hears the tires scream her name. Friends coax her to eat, but she stares through them, murmuring, he promised forever after that indie vow renewal, said the ring was just pretend. The betrayal gnaws. Dom's last text, a heart emoji after a flirty live segment, now dissected by grief-fueled what-ifs. She clutches his dog tags, the metal warm against her skin, as sobs rack her frame in the sterile hotel bath. Ray's health crisis peaks in a sterile herb, monitors beeping like taunts as nurses restrain his thrashing form from a grief-induced panic attack. He's crashing, get the paddles. A doc barks, but it's his heart fracturing, not stopping, echoes of Dom's final bump in the ring replaying in his mind. Angie holds his hand, her voice a lifeline through the haze. Fight for him, Ray, he's watching. The roster rallies texts. Flood in, John Cena's, your family, always, but Ray's eyes, masked no more, plead for the impossible, one more chance to tag with his boy. The scandal swells with leaked dashcam footage, grainy shadows of Dom's SUV hydroplaning on black ice, swerving to miss a deer before the world spins into black. Conspiracy theorists online claim sabotage. Judgment Day rivals, a jilted Liv fan, but Marie sees only the man she loved, exhausted from the tour, phone glued to his ear with bloodline banter. Liv breaks her silence in a tearful IG live, makeup streaked, voice breaking. It was fake, all of it. I'd trade my titles to have him yell, Latino heat, one more time. The backlash surges, but so does support, fans flooding #DomForever with edits of his heel turn set to mournful ballads. Death's tendrils reach into the arena, where Raw opens with a blacked-out ring, pyro silenced, the crowds hush a thunder of its own. Ray, frail under street clothes, takes the mic, his voice a gravel whisper. He hated tears, use, but damn, I can't hold him back. The pop is a tidal wave, boos turning to broken cheers, signs waving like flags at half-mast. Rest easy, Dirty Dom. Backstage, Marie watches on a monitor, her hand over her still flat belly. Dom's unborn child, a secret they shared just last week, now her solitary anchor in the storm. Family rifts widen at the vigil, Ray's extended kin arriving with casseroles and condolences that curdle into critiques. You let him chase that gringo glory, look what it cost, an uncle mutters, sparking Angie's fire. He was proud, damn it. Our blood runs deep. Aaliyah mediates, her own tears salting the wounds, but the fractures linger, holidays that will echo with absence, birthdays marked by ghosts.